Oyai Deng Ajak. Oyai Deng Ajak was one of the SPLA leaders in the 1990s and 1980s when the SPLA war began. However, what we are coming to do here now was when they captured Kapoeta. When they captured Kapoeta, many commanders were there. Even the chairman himself, Dr. Garang, was there. However, Dr. Garang was kilometers away. He was just seeing battlefield with the telescope, the military staffs. However, the commanding commander, the ground commander was Oyai Deng Ajak. Oyai Deng Ajak was the one who captured Kapoeta, starting from 1994 to 1995 when Kapoeta fell. Because at that time, SPLA, most of the people defected to the Arabs. At that time, Southern Sudanese were losing morale in the SPLA last time. However, SPLA was still strong. The few people were still there, still add up and were still supporting the SPLA. They were still behind the SPLA, the few people who remain at that time. So it was Oyai Deng Ajak who captured Kapoeta at that time in 1995. That was the time when they fought for the battle of Kapoeta, because you know, Kapoeta is a key town in eastern Equatoria, because at that time Torit fell, then Kapoeta also fell, because you know, Dr. Garangi's favorite place was mostly Eastern Equatoria, because Eastern Equatoria at that time, the Sudanese aerial bombers could not reach that place. That was the reason, because other parts of the country like Barkazal, like parts of Upper Nile, most of them were being bombed by the Sudanese and the Iraq forces at that time. Bomb bombment, which is called aerial bomb bombment. So that's the reason why those of Garang used to say mostly those ends of border countries, because you have to capture the border countries, so that if you are smuggling your weapon in, you bring in safely. That was the reason why the capturing of Kapoeta was the key important to the SPLA movement. So it was Oyai Deng Ajak who captured Kapoeta, because Oyai Deng Ajak was a resilient commander. He was a guy who knew tactics at that time, until when the CPA came in 2005. South Sudan semi-autonomous government, Garang made him the chief of staff, which was the past chief of staff of South Sudan semi-autonomous government. Because the Garang knew him, he was a resilient man. Until the conspiracy came last time, they removed him for no reason in South Sudan. Because in South Sudan, when he was a serial worker, they removed him because the guy was trying to reform the army. Then they remove him. So we need to remember people like Oyai Deng Ajak, because they are still alive. If you need more information, you can still go and ask him, because he carries the knowledge of the entire revolution in his head. You can ask him what happened in the past. They are still there. They are just there and they are resident. You know, when you don't have job in the country, no one can restrict you to go to the home of the liberators or veterans. You can go. You ask them. People like Oyai Deng Ajak, they are just there at home. People like Commander Deng Garang, they're just there in Logo. They don't have job. So you can ask them. We need to remember people who fought for this country always. People like Oyai Deng Ajak.